Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right? Posting, niching down, staying on brand, and yet something still isn't clicking. It feels like you're putting in all the effort, but getting none of the connection. You're blending in. You're attracting the wrong people, or maybe no one at all. And deep down, you're wondering, do I even have what it takes to do this? But here's the truth. You don't find your people by blending in. You don't grow your business by copying trends or watering down your voice. You build your community, your momentum, and your income by owning what makes you different. Today, I'm going to walk you through 3 powerful pivots that will help you uncover your unique brilliance and start attracting the people you're truly meant to serve. You're listening to the From Scratch podcast, the podcast for bold entrepreneurs who are done with cookie cutter advice, done with burnout, and done with building businesses that don't actually feel good. I'm your host, Kary, a near $1 million course creator, brand strategist, and business coach for women who are ready to do it differently. 7 years ago, I hit a level of success and still ended up crying on the bathroom floor. So trust me when I say starting from scratch isn't about starting over. It's about taking your power back and rebuilding on your own terms. Every week, you'll get unfiltered stories, bold strategies, and the mindset shifts you need to build with soul, sell with strategy, and grow something that feels like you. So let's get into it. I'll never forget the season where I was caught in the endless loop of asking, what do people want from me? Every time I sat down to create content, I'd scroll through Instagram for inspiration. I'd take notes on what was trending, what was getting likes, what successful accounts were saying. And my list grew longer by the day. Make a reel with trending audio, do a carousel about 5 tips, share a how-to. But none of it was mine. I wasn't asking myself what I already had to give. I was asking, what will get me noticed? And you know what? The more I followed that loop, the less I felt connected to my own brand. I was exhausted, busy, and invisible all at the same time. Until one day, out of desperation, I shared something small and raw, a personal story from my life. Nothing fancy, nothing polished, just me. And the reaction was completely different. My inbox lit up with people saying, this is exactly what I needed to hear. That moment taught me something I'll never forget. My brilliance wasn't in guessing what people wanted. It was in giving them me, my stories, my perspective, my voice. And that's exactly what I want for you today. Because your brilliance is already inside of you. It's time to uncover it and let it shine. Pivot number 1. Stop muting your truth. Start naming what you truly believe. When people tell me they feel invisible online, this is usually the reason. They're posting safe content. Tips, tricks, generic inspiration, content that gets polite likes but doesn't make anyone feel something. The human brain filters out sameness. If your content sounds like everyone else's, it gets ignored. But when you share what you truly believe, even if it's uncomfortable, you trigger recognition. People stop scrolling because your words cut through the noise. They think, finally, someone said it. This is why your beliefs are your most powerful branding tool. Not your logo, not your font, your convictions. And I've seen it time and time again. The moment someone dares to say what they've been holding back, whether it's challenging the myths in their industry or admitting something real about their own journey, their audience wakes up. DMs start flowing in, conversations begin, sales follow. Because people don't want more generic information. They want a voice they can trust. And trust is built when you stop hiding what you really think. One of my students came to me posting endless social media hacks. She had engagement, but no one was buying. Why? Because hacks don't build trust. Once she started naming her truth, that the real problem wasn't algorithms, it was people creating content without clarity, everything changed. She wrote a post that began with, the algorithm isn't your problem, your message is. And boom, the right people started DMing her saying, you're speaking directly to me. Within a month, she signed 3 new clients. So here's your move. Write down 5, in my opinion, statements about your industry. The things you'd say to a close friend but haven't dared to post. Pick one and share it this week. Be bold, be specific, be you. Pivot number 2, stop asking what sells and start asking what's mine to give. Now this is tough love. If you're always looking at what's trending or what's working for someone else, you'll never find your own lane because trends will change tomorrow and their success story isn't your path. Your brilliance is already in you. It's in the battles you fought, the lessons you've learned, the obsessions that light you up. That's the stuff no one else can copy. That's the stuff that makes you magnetic. Humans trust lived experiences more than polished expertise. You can share the same information as 10 other people, but if it's wrapped up in your story, it lands differently. Because people don't just want to know what you teach. They want to know why it matters to you. I've worked with so many entrepreneurs who are stuck here. They'd say, I don't know what my thing is. But once they flip that question from what will people buy to what do I already know that no one else can teach like me, the answer comes alive. Their content shifts from generic encouragement to deep resonance. Their audience stopped liking politely and started leaning in saying, I feel like you're in my head. One of my students was spinning her wheels trying to choose a niche. She kept asking, what do people really want to buy from me? But when we flip that question to what's yours to give, what have you walked through that no one else can teach quite like you? She realized her brilliance wasn't in broad confidence coaching. It was in helping women navigate life after job loss, something she had personally overcome. The moment she anchored into that, her post stopped sounding like generic pep talks and started sounding like lifelines. And her engagement and her sales followed. So here's your move. Take out a piece of paper. On one side, list 5 challenges you've overcome. On the other side, write what those challenges taught you. The lessons in that right-hand column, that's your brilliance. That's what people are waiting to learn from you. Pick one and build a story-based post around it this week. Pivot 3, stop trying to be everything and start showing up as more of you. If you've ever wondered why your brand feels flat even though you're doing all the things right, this is why. You're editing yourself out. You're hiding your quirks, your humor, your random obsessions because you think they don't matter, but they do. They're the stickiness, the details people remember. Think about it. You don't remember brands because of their features. You remember the way they made you feel. And feelings are triggered by stories, quirks, moments of connection. That's why your favorite creators are the ones you feel like you know. Specificity sticks. When you show up with your full humanity, the stories about your messy middle, the hobbies you love, the weird little things that make you laugh, your audience feels closer to you. And closeness creates conversion. I've seen this shift turn entire businesses around. Someone finally lets go of being professional and shares pieces of their real life, and suddenly their comments go from crickets to, I feel like you're talking directly to me. Because when people see the whole you, they stop treating you like just another account and start treating you like a person they can trust. One of my clients resisted this at first. She thought talking about her obsession with baking sourdough had nothing to do with her consulting business. But the moment she started weaving it into her content, everything shifted. Her audience began saying things like, I feel like I know you. And that familiarity, it lowered the barrier to trust. Within weeks, her DMs weren't just thanks for the tips. They were, how can I work with you? So here's your move. Make a list of 10 things about you that have nothing to do with your expertise, your quirks, your routines, your guilty pleasures. Then pick one and weave it into your content this week. Post a story behind it. Let people see more of you. That's how you stop blending in. Now, here's what I want you to remember. You don't have to invent your brilliance. You don't have to copy someone else's path. You don't have to hustle harder to stand out. Your magic is already inside of you. The moment you stop muting it and start owning it, you'll feel the shift. You'll stop chasing attention and start attracting connection. You'll stop trying to be everything and finally be remembered for being you. And if you're ready to take this deeper, I want to personally invite you to my free magnetic brand workshop. Inside, I'll walk you through exactly how to create a brand experience that feels like you and sells like crazy. So if you're tired of blending in, tired of wondering why your content isn't landing, and ready to finally attract the people you were meant to serve, this workshop is where you start. So don't wait. Head to the link below or to karyperry.com/brand-workshop and save your seat. Because the only thing standing between you and a magnetic brand is the permission to be fully you. And today, you have it.